Hi, hello, hello. We're looking now at the Indiewire 100 Best Movies of the Decade. This is the first movies list we've looked at in our list extravaganza, our endless obsession with reading these internet lists and commenting on them. Movies as a medium that I don't really feel that confident in. I don't watch them very often. I've talked about this before. It's just the feeling of like commitment that you look at the runtime, it's like 2 hours, and you're like, okay, so for the next 2 hours, I'm just going to be watching this movie. Whereas if I just watch a 22-minute TV show, who knows what I'll be doing after that? I could be doing something really productive and useful and getting things that I need to do done. So it feels like it has more potential. And even if, as is often the case, I end up watching like 6 TV shows and those 2 hours are spent anyways, it still somehow feels like more productive because I watched like 6 different things. Movies are pretty intimidating too, insofar as they really ought to, at least a good movie will, have an entire sort of cinematic experience unto itself. Now with the advent of cinematic universes and the popularity of remakes and sequels and such, this generally isn't the case for your average movie anymore. That it's actually kind of more similar to like a TV show where you already have a lot of investment and knowledge going in, and it's not so much this kind of challenge to have a complete experience within that time. So I don't know. It's sometimes intimidating. Whereas like the latest episode of a TV show, you already know what's going on. You already know the characters. You already have some expectations of what it's going to be like. So it feels a little less daunting. It feels like the range of experiences you can have is set within some boundaries that you find acceptable. Anyways, let's check out the list. My friend said it was a pretty good list. My friend is quite a cinephile, so I trust his takes with this. He said he had seen 63 of these 100 films. I'm going to be happy if I break 10. I think 10 is my goal. I can see from the link here that the first one is actually one I've seen before, Inherent Vice. I saw this. I like Paul Thomas Anderson. I like all of the movies I've seen of his. And I really like this book. It's a book by Thomas Pynchon. It's not my favorite Thomas Pynchon by any stretch, because like Gravity's Rainbow I'm absolutely in love with. But it's fun. I was actually pretty disappointed with the movie, honestly, because the book is like very psychedelic, and it has like a lot of like really weird, trippy, strange things happening, and a lot of like long drug sequences and hallucinations. And the book or the movie instead kind of went for like this grittiness, this feeling of kind of things being run down and sort of as they are. And all of the big drug sequences were just kind of skipped, and you would see instead the main character in the hallucination, like just twitching and lying there or whatever, instead of actually seeing what he was seeing. So I don't know, I just kind of felt like there was a lot more potential, but it's still a super interesting story, and it was fun. The biggest thing I liked is that Joanna Newsom acted in it. She actually had a fairly large role, probably her largest acting role. So that was cool. See Joanna Newsom up on screen. Yeah, sure. So far we're one for one. Now we're one for two. I have no idea what this is. The Loneliest Planet. Set a tag at gunpoint to change the nature of their relationship. Hmm. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if I have any. The little effects they're doing over the screenshots is strange. I don't know if this has any appeal to me or not. Sounds intense. The Great Gatsby, I have not seen this. I read the book, and I think I watched some other adaptation, an older adaptation. I don't know. I didn't see this one either, or oh no, that's something else. Jay-Z Gatsby. Okay. Yeah, I remember that Jay-Z made music for this. I don't know. I've heard this movie is very pretty, so I might enjoy it. It's got a plate full of macarons there. I'm into that. All These Sleepless Nights. I no idea what this is. So I want to keep track of like ones I've heard of, ones I've seen. So we've seen one, we've heard of two out of More than that. All right. Uh, Free of binary or hybrid distinctions is wandering portrait of beautiful, aimless Warsaw youth cohered into an unclassifiable wonder that sits somewhere between Terrence Malick and Ursula Spirit. Yeah, this sounds good. I'm gonna put this on the list. We're gonna start making a list for this too, of course. There you go. Indiewire movies. All these sleepless nights. It sounds pretty. A miraculous film. Decades from now, we will recognize as being light years ahead of its time. Hey, light years isn't a unit of time. It's a unit of space. Maybe this was supposed to be we will recognize as being light, comma, years ahead of its time. That it was light even back then, and that light is some sort of extremely high praise term decades from now. Okay, let's move on. Girl walk all day. Huh, no idea what this is either. All day just makes me think of girl talk. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, girl walk all day. It's so close to Girl Talk's mashup album, All Day. Hey, this sounds cool. I hadn't even heard of this, and I like Girl Talk. Well, I haven't listened to any of their stuff in quite a while, but I listened to All Day quite a bit. It's quite fun. All right, we'll put it on the list. So I guess this is more like a music video than a traditional narrative cinema thing. That's fine. I think I don't know. It's kind of difficult to delineate when something becomes a movie. But I think it's kind of like more the way that the experience is supposed to be presented to you. You sit down and you watch this one thing. It isn't inherently supposed to be part of some bigger series of things or whatever. And I don't think it needs to be delineated based on like length or paying for it or being able to see it in a theater or anything like that. I think it's more just kind of like how do you view this event in a larger context of seeing media. The Arbor, I've never heard of this. Huh. I've never even heard of this person. Andrea Dunbar. Sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, no, this seems interesting, but I don't know. I guess we'll put it on the list. I think I could like something like this quite a bit. Happy Hour, 5 hours long. All right, we're putting it on the list already. Domestic opus eases into the lives of four middle-aged women in Kobe, Japan, crisscrossing their daily trivialities into a rich mosaic that stretches out like the kind of thing Miko Naruse would make if he were alive in the limitless age. Mikio Naruse. Hey, this sounds awesome. We're definitely putting this on the list. Although, who knows when I'm going to sit down and watch a 5-hour-long movie. Cool. Wow. No, I love this. I love something that can give a sense of this. This is beautiful. Okay. Mother of George. Wow. This sounds intense. Sad, maybe? But lushly photographed by cinematographer. And you get to see lots of Brooklyn. I love just shots of New York. I love seeing New York. Yeah, this sounds great. All right, putting it on the list. This list is growing fast. And each one of these is a commitment that I will have to psych myself up for weeks. Into the Spider-Verse, I've heard a lot about this. I've heard all good things, like literally all good things. Praising the animation, praising the creativity of the story, just how crazy it gets, the many, many different Spider-Men and fan service type things. Yeah, I don't know. I have every reason to want to watch this. It seems good. Even the Post Malone song is pretty catchy, and I'm not the hugest fan of Post Malone anymore. I can still appreciate it. Fire at Sea. Intimate and sobering look at the heart of Europe's ongoing refugee crisis. Oh boy. Rooted in the poetics of cinema. This sounds super intense. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know if I can watch anything like this. I think this would be too overwhelming. Private Life. Um, Another struggling with infertility movie. Oh gosh. Um, Heartbreak, hilarity, and grace in a film that continues to grow inside you long after it's over. Is this like a pregnancy joke? Is this? Well, I guess it's not really. Just kind of seems. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll put. I don't know. I can't see myself watching this. I do like Paul Giamatti though. He's a good actor. Support the girls. Restaurant. Oh, like Hooters. Okay. Oh, I like over the course of a single hectic day. That's cool. I always like that sort of very limited and chronological scope type storytelling. Hmm. Yeah, this sounds good. Oh, a mumblecore movie? Non-existent movement. How could it be non-existent when there's literally a movie called Mumblecore? Yeah, we'll put this on the list. This sounds nice. Need to talk about Kevin. Oh, I read the book for this, for a class. It was for a postmodern fiction class. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I never really felt like it was moving me the way it was supposed to. I was more just kind of interested. I wasn't really touched by anything that happens. The plot is quite horrific, you know. Um, hmm. The movie might be pretty different than the book because the movie doesn't really hide what happened. It's more you like know what happened right from the start, and then it's addressed, and that's how I remember it at least. Or maybe it's just that I knew what the book was about going into it. At any rate, yeah, maybe this is good. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna watch it. Her Smell. The most noxious movies ever made before it hits bottom and tunnels out to the other side. Whoa. Pungent Shakespearean epic. Fair. Look at all these words. Sourness, noxious, pungent, feral. I thought this said stinking, but it's sinking. Sinking is still pretty bad. Jeez, this is very well written. All of the write-ups so far have been very evocative and makes them pretty exciting. Oh, Gaspar Noé, he made like Climax and stuff. I wonder if he's gonna show up on this list later. Whoa! I don't know. I guess I'm interested. This sounds crazy. Alex Ross Perry. I've never heard of this person. Soccer mommy? Whoa. She's like an indie artist. I've heard her music before. I guess they collaborated for something. Christopher, what? Both this? He wrote both this and this. Okay. You crazy for this one. Oh, co-screenwriter. Well, I don't know. He was just like, okay, what if Christopher Robin, is like stuck out in the 100 Acre Woods for like weeks on end, and all of his clothes are like super dirty, like they're just like reeking with filth, and the animals, like you can tell they're just unhygienic, like they're species, and everyone else is like, calm down. Like, why do we hire this guy? I don't know. What is this? I had no idea what this was. All I know is that it smells. That's like all I picked up from this. Panic attack. This sounds insane. How did this person also write Christopher Robin? I just don't get it. Okay, we're moving on. Kate plays Christine. It's impossible to know for certain why anyone would kill themselves. Huh. Oh, I did hear about this, I think. There's been a few people that have killed themselves on air. Yes, this one I did know about. Huh. Jeez. Well, this sounds quite intense. I don't know if I can handle it. The Illusionist. Hey, an animated thing. Huh, okay. What if there'll be any anime movies on this list? I kind of doubt it. I'll be a little surprised if there is. And if there is, it's probably like The Wind Rises. That's my guess. Um, hmm. Alright, we're putting it on the list. Animated things are somehow less intimidating for me because it's like I know that there's always at least one vector which I can engage with the movie fully and appreciate it fully, which is the animation. Like I'll always just watch animation and think about the animation process, and that alone is engrossing enough. That alone fills your whole heart when watching things, or it has the potential to. You know what I'm saying? So any animated movie that gets praise, I'm usually automatically interested in. I'm not. I don't have this worry that it's like, oh, will I be able to understand what's good about this? Beasts of the Southern Wild. I've heard something about this. I think they might have talked about this on Red Letter Media at some point. Maybe? Or maybe I just heard about it because it played at TIFF. There's like all these different ways in which I can just kind of hear about movies. Like I have a few friends that go to TIFF and they tell me about what sort of stuff they're seeing, and then sometimes I'll read newspaper articles about TIFF. The Toronto International Film Festival, by the way. I don't know if I actually said what that was. Um, so I like find out about a bunch of movies that way, and then Red Letter Media will talk about a lot of movies at varying depths. Hmm. Hmm. This seems nice. We'll put it on the list. What's this? Synonyms. Single message. Hmm. Hilarious. Okay. Sure. Huh. All right. We'll put it on the list. Sunset Song. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Hmm. Well, it sounds like it could be very pretty. Very pretty, very sad, very slow. I don't know. Will I be able to watch this? Oh, this is nice. This is a really nice quote. All right, we'll put it on the list. Gosh, what am I gonna watch all these movies? Now I just have this list. This list that's like taunting me. High Life. The first is to be shot primarily in English. The first to be set in space. What? Wow, the escalation of this sentence is just fantastic. This is amazing. This sounds like a Thomas Pynchon plot in the best possible way. All right, we're definitely putting this on the list. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but it sounds insane. Jeez. Okay. No home movie. Hmm. Gee. Okay, this sounds really brutal. Oh man. Okay. No, I don't think I can watch this. This sounds way too sad. Oh, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. I think this again I just read about in the newspaper or something that it played at TIFF. Um, I think I even downloaded this because it just sounded so much fun. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess I should put it on the list, even if I downloaded it. I mean, downloaded illegally, of course. um, I've clearly kind of forgotten about it. Yeah, it sounds really fun. Please, the premise of Fargo is revealed inside the hunt for buried treasure. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, biggest appeal, the name Kumiko. I love the name Kumiko because, of course, the character in Hibike Euphonium. So I gotta watch it. just for that. Hey, there we go. It's finally another movie we've seen. Wow, these are the only two, right? These are the only two. God damn. All right, we're up to two. We're up to two. At this rate, I think we'll barely get to 10 if we can keep this rate up. Oh, maybe not actually, because we're already at 78 and we're gonna have two. Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. But at any rate, this movie is friggin' amazing, and I love it. And this is the first one that's on this list that's probably also going to be on my list. Almost certainly going to be on my list. I think this movie is just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it never feels moralizing. That's true. Even though it's entirely about your feelings and the validity of your feelings and how you should think about thinking in general. Um, it's never feels preachy. It never feels like it's talking down to you. It's just kind of this journey that you're taking together with the movie. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, okay, good. All right, we're at two. The souvenir. I don't know what this is. uh, hmm. Um. So all of this, it's like there's nothing here suggesting that it's going to be funny, right? And yet I kind of feel like based on the premise and stuff, it's hard not to imagine that it's funny. Like it's just that my conception of these sorts of stories has been so distorted. I don't know. I guess we'll put it on the list. I'm kind of curious. Leave no trace. Uh, hmm. Wow. Okay. Well, this sounds too intense. Probably not putting this on the list. Oh, A Star is Born. I have heard of this. This is like really mainstream, isn't it? Like there's people at my office talking about going to go see this. Um, this was like in big theaters and stuff. And it has Lady Gaga in it and Bradley Cooper. Like what? Is this actually that good? I guess that's as it's actually good. Huh. Okay. All right. What? Really? I thought nobody liked this. Isn't this the one that nobody liked and everyone got mad? Or did they all get mad because they have no taste and this is actually the good one? And this list is another layer. It's easily the most mainstream film we've seen on the list so far. It's crazy. I don't really know too much about it. Like I watched the Red Letter Media review at the time, but I already forget like pretty much everything they said. I remember the meme of like it subverted expectations. I expected a good movie and it was subverted. um, and there's like everyone is mad because Luke didn't act the way they wanted to, and the bad guy was like beaten too easily or something. I don't know. Why do I care? Why am I acting like I care? Why am I trying to care? I'm going to move on. Oh, I've seen this. We're up three. We're at three. I thought it was all right. It was like pretty and entertaining, and some of the songs are pretty catchy. The parts I liked are when the cinematography like started doing impossible things, and there was like really crazy kind of psychedelic choreography where they're like flying around and stuff, and just that feeling of like anything can happen. Not just because there's this kind of fantasticality um, to the world of the movie, but because they have like the budget and the choreographers and the high effort feeling that like wow, there's like a huge range of potential in any situation. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fine. The plot seemed like whatever. There's aspects of it that I found like very corny, but I guess that's part of the point. It's like a musical, right? Like you're kind of expecting a different level of seriousness. Yeah, sure. The Handmaiden. I've heard of this. I haven't watched it. Um, Sounds intense. Sounds pretty sad. cheeky erotic thriller that subverts classical tropes with giddy injections of sapphic energy. Sapphic. All right, we're gonna put it on the list. This sounds good. I don't know. Probably would just make me uncomfortable. Goodbye to Language by Godard. God. How do you pronounce his name? Jean-Luc Godard. Goddard. A famous experimental filmmaker. I watched a few of his movies for classes back when I was getting my undergrad. Shares probably is great. It's the 3D thing that kind of bugs me because it's like I can't see it in 3D anymore, so I already kind of missed it. You know, like how am I supposed to watch it properly now? But some people love this movie. I saw one critic's site. Me and the same friend that recommended this list were looking at it, and I recall this was like the highest rated movie on there. Pariah. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh. Wow, this sounds really nice. Yeah, okay, we're putting it on the list. That sounds like it could be really powerful in a good direction, like in an inspiring, heartwarming, look what this person made of themselves type of direction. There's a lot of these other ones, they look powerful in a like, now you know how bad things truly are. The Duke of Burgundy. Wow. Perfumed by credit in the opening title. Wow. The sadomasochistic relationship between two lesbian entomologists. It's like bug scientist, right? Yeah. Okay. A Hitchcockian psychodrama. Alright, we'll put it on the list. I don't know. I don't know if we can handle it, but we're putting it on the list. Jackie? I think I heard about this. It's like Jackie Onassis, right? Yeah. Sure. Sure. I don't know. That doesn't sound so pleasant, but sure. At Berkeley. Hmm. Wow. Wow. This sounds really interesting. I'm all about this. Oh. Yeah, this sounds pretty interesting. Okay. Force Maju Force something. Wickedly hilarious study of masculinity and crisis took a natural place as one of the definitive comedies of our time. All right, a comedy. I can get behind a comedy. I feel confident that I can laugh at things that are funny. Ow, I hit my knee. Nested inside perverse Kubrickian long takes. Okay, I'm super into that. I love a long take. I love any invocation of Kubrick. Yeah, this sounds great. Yeah, this sounds hilarious. Oh boy. Yeah, this sounds great. Okay, we're super into this. Ah, Lars von Trier. Makes really disturbing movies. The Antichrist and this one I had heard of before too. And there's the other one. The one that sounded really, really scary. Oh, Nymphomaniac. Yeah, I knew there was one that even like the title, it was just like, oh boy. um, there's another one too. Or maybe I'm getting them mixed up. Anyways, Melancholia. Okay, sure. I don't know anything really much about this, but I don't need to. I don't think I need to. uh, hmm. I don't know. Maybe this is cool. Maybe I'd like it. I don't know. Whoa! What? Really? Really? Interesting. I guess I had heard good things about this. Like, I kind of remember that now. But One of the best action movies in the modern studio era. Wow. Huh. I mean, I'm not gonna watch this. I don't care to see any of this, but I'm glad to know it's that good, I guess. An enduring reminder that great movies can only get made because someone out there is crazy enough to think that they can. I like that. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, good for you. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie. Of course, I have gigantic moral beef with Tom Cruise, given that he's basically a walking advertisement for an abusive cult. But really? Okay, this is the fourth one. The fourth one I've seen. I didn't like this movie. I thought it was really boring. It's set in dreams, okay? The entire point of the movie is that it takes place in dreams going deeper and deeper and deeper into the psyche. And yet, it's basically just a James Bond movie. Like, think about it. Outside of the fact that, ooh, the hallway rotates. Okay. And now there doesn't have to be a pointless scene of, quick, the villain is in the Arctic base. Take the helicopter to the Arctic base. And then instead they just go into a dream where they're at the Arctic base and have to do snowmobile chase scene or whatever. Oh, it bugged me. It bugged me. Like compare this to something like Paprika, which in terms of story is overlapping a lot. This movie actually feels like a dream. Like it feels like I mean just look at any shot of it. Well, these are all from like the same sequence, but um it actually feels dreamlike and surreal and it has that heaviness of the human psyche involved. There's a part in this movie. I've only seen this movie once, and I saw it in theaters, so this is almost 10 years ago now. And this still bothers me, where there's like a shootout, because of course it's all just shooting at each other and fist fights and stuff. And the one guy like takes out a bazooka, and they're like, "Where'd you get that bazooka?" He's like, "Dream a little bigger." But it's like, is that the best you can do? If you're calling attention to the fact that this is a dream and you can make anything happen, you can call up any weapon, any scenario, anything to help you, and the best you can do is a bazooka. Like, it's just so boring. And then there's the whole emotional sides of the plotline. I don't care. Yeah, and the exposition is so terrible and boring and uh, the soundtrack is good. I do like the Hans Zimmer Time song, which is now like memed out of control and used in everything. But it sounds epic. You know, I'll give it that. Packing several different genres: heist movies, Bond epics, etc. Now, what is this etc.? Because in my mind, these are the only two, and in my mind, this is basically the same genre. It's just people sneaking around and shooting each other. Like, what? Ah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But at least we're up to 4. That's pretty good. We're up to 4. At this rate, we're actually going to make it to 10. Oh, I've heard so much good stuff about this. Another friend of mine, not the friend that linked me this list, but another friend of mine who's into movies, has told me to watch it probably about a dozen times. So I really should. Everything I've heard about it makes me think I'd really like it. Yeah. All right, we're putting it on the list, and then hopefully we'll actually watch it at some point, but maybe not. Faces, Places. Wow, made when she was 89 years old. That's amazing. Huh, yeah, that sounds nice. All right, we'll put it on the list. Oh, whoa, oh, 5? 5? We've seen 5 now? I saw this. I thought it was fine. I don't know. It's a superhero movie. It's fine. What makes it so much better than the other superhero movies? I don't know. Like, I haven't seen them. This is one of, like, 3 Marvel movies I've seen, period. I went to go with some family members, so that it was like a fun experience. Uh, I don't know what's so good about it. like I get that there's kind of the social commentary. Sure. Like it's a movie about black empowerment, about African empowerment. That's all well and good. Like I think that's great. But I don't think it really deserves that much praise for it because you know that it's just a calculated move by Disney studio execs, knowing that this is a demographic that we haven't hit that hard yet with this whole superhero thing. So, you know, let's just throw it in there. And it's not at all challenging to like white people. Like it's not going to make white people uncomfortable. It's basically just trying to have your cake and eat it too. Like here we're making a movie where the triumph of black characters and stuff is inspiring in it and it feels really cool. Sure, but then you're not actually challenging any of the systems that like led to that. You're not actually challenging white supremacy, the oppression, the centuries of oppression of black people in America. Like that sort of stuff isn't actually like addressed and it's being made by this like multi-billion gigantic global empire corporation. And then there's stuff that like in China the posters had like the mask on that it didn't show his face because they knew that Chinese people wouldn't want to go see a movie about a black person. So it's like they're not actually doing anything risky. They're not actually like taking a stand. They're just exploiting. They're just exploiting the goodwill. And I mean, I can't like it's still better than nothing, I guess. Like it's still kind of cool that we're at a point where this is an audience that has enough actual power in the market that studios are having to pander to them. And I think it's great that people can have these sorts of role models in the same way that white people have had for decades and decades. Um, I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to talk about this stuff. It's a big complex issue. I don't see. Let's see why they like it. Um, Same dimensions of Founding Saga that Francis. Really? I thought all of that stuff was like I don't know, fine, but it didn't seem that compelling to me. Hmm. I guess like did it? I think the only way it did was like, hey, we can make 1.3 billion dollars by targeting this audience. I don't think that's like really that world-shattering an event. Right? I don't know. Okay, whatever. So we're up to five, right? I think? Yeah, this is the fifth one. Hold on, let me check quick. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. In your advice at the top. Okay, we're doing good. We're not at halfway through, and we've already seen five, so I think my goal of 10 is within reach. The farewell. I don't know what this is. Um, Shiftless Chinese American 20-something beauty who is horrified to discover that her beloved grandmother Nai Nai is dying of cancer. Doesn't know that. Yeah, this is something interesting to me. I know this is true in Japan, and I suspect maybe it's also common practice in other East Asian countries. If someone has cancer, the doctors don't tell them they have cancer. They tell them they're just sick with some other thing. And the family knows they have cancer, and everyone, like, very close to them finds out. And they're all, like, kind of working together to keep it from the actual sick person and just kind of move the treatment along without them knowing. Because the line of thought is that if they know they have cancer, they'll kind of give up. It's pretty, I don't know. It's like a really interesting idea. Like it's something I've thought about a lot, like whether or not I'd want to know if I had cancer. I don't know. Anyways, it sounds interesting. Yeah, this sounds yeah pretty tragic, but All right, we'll put it on the list. Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. Uh, well, yay! We're at six. We're at six. This is one that's gonna be on my list too. I love this movie. Ooh, I love this movie. I made a separate review movie about it. I don't know if I've re-uploaded it. It would have been on the old channel. So maybe some of you have seen that. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I just love it. Yeah, hmm. Yeah, that's right. This is it. He made it, and he's done. No more. Tangerine. Farce in the lay of the life of two trans girls working the streets of downtown Los Angeles. Wow. Oh, that sounds fun. Makes you want to swear off professional actors altogether. Wow. Huh. All right. Yeah, we're definitely putting this on the list. Maybe I should like make notes. Maybe I should indicate because some of these already I don't really remember what they were. This one I think was about the girl on the farm in World War One. This is about a guy who immigrated to somewhere and wanted to like leave his old life behind. This is about a little girl, and it has kind of like a fantastical thing. I don't remember. This was about the smell, the smelly thing. It's like, am I gonna remember which one this was? Should I do like this? To, because this one, I think of all the things I've seen so far, this is the one I'm most interested in watching. I don't know. All right, let's just move on. Happy as Lazaro. Hmm. Move some impoverished farmland to something else. Pastoral. Okay, we're putting it on the list. I love that word. You put that word out there, I'm gonna watch it. I don't think it's its charm. Huh. Okay, yeah, that sounds fun. So it reminds me of an Animal Collective cover or video or something. When I looked at this, I was like, Animal Collective? I don't know. Hey, we're up to 7! We're up to 7! I love this movie too. This movie is super nice. There's still parts of this movie I think about like really often. Um, there's a part where she's talking about what kind of the feeling of love is for her, and she describes a situation where you're like at a party and you like look across the party at your partner, and you know that's like your person, and you just seeing each other at that distance, and yet knowing that you're going to like go home together or whatever. I don't know. Something about that line just like really struck me. And then there's a later scene where she's looking at her friend at the party. Oh, it fills me right up with joy. It's a sad movie too, but it's really really nice. Yeah, fantastic. I want to rewatch it now. Cold War. Okay. Wow. My stomach is making all sorts of noises. I don't know if the microphone can pick it up, but for some reason my stomach is loud today. Hmm. Sure. I guess we'll put it on the list. I don't know. It's only 88 minutes. That's not as big a commitment. I might be able to get through that. Oh, I've heard. Okay, so I heard about this on Red Letter Media. They were doing their like wrap up of the year video, and they said this. Both of them said, both Mike and Jay said that this was their favorite movie of the year, and this is really out of their typical wheelhorse for movies either of them like, based on what they said about it. It sounds really interesting, really strange, really haunting, silly and profound in equal measure. I gotta watch this. I don't know why I haven't watched this yet. Oh, I know why, because I don't watch any movies. Ah! Okay, I'll put it on the list. Eden. This sounds kind of familiar. Intimate epic running parallel to the ascendancy of Daft Punk. Okay. Huh. Hmm. I don't know the pain of letting them go. Alright, we'll put it on the list. Put it on the list. Gosh, the list is too long. This is 26 movies? 27? Nice. uh, L. A rape revenge fantasy that reminded the world he's still the reigning master of upending genres and subverting expectations. I thought that was Rian Johnson. Oh, Star Wars joke that I remembered. Oh, the person who made Showgirls and Basic Instinct. Interesting. I don't think there's any way that I'm going to enjoy this movie. So we won't even put it on the list because the list was getting too long anyways. Okay, let's do the next 50 in the next video because this is pretty long already. I'm having a good time. I'm learning a lot. My farming is still not ready, so we're all good. This is such pathetic fishing. This is the best one right now. Or maybe this one is. Actually, yeah, I think this one is. Okay. All right. See you in the next part. Bye bye.